Welcome everyone. Today's lesson is Evans tries an O level written by Colin Dexter. Before we begin the summary part, we'll know what this lesson exactly is about. This story is about a cunning prisoner named Evans who makes plan to escape from the prison on the day of his German O level exam. The jail authorities, on the other hand, are ready to cover up any sort of risk. Will he be able to succeed in this escape? Characters: one is James Rodrigues, the prisoner himself, then secretary of the examination board. Another one is the governor of the HM prison, Mr. Jackson, the prison officer, Mr. Stephen, the prison officer, and McCleary, the invigilator, Mr. Carter, the detective superintendent, and Mr. Bell, detective chief inspector. Now comes the story. The story starts with a telephonic conversation between the governor and the examination board secretary. The prison authorities want to conduct an O level exam in German language for a prisoner named Evans. The secretary asks about the venue of the exam and also about the invigilator for it. Governor replies that exam can be conducted in Evans' cell itself and a churchman will be appointed as the invigilator of the exam. They both then end their conversation by deciding on how and when the exam will be conducted. A senior prison officer, Jackson, visits Ivan's cell and conducts an inspection so that if any weapon is found, that can be confiscated. They are going through this checking process, and because the problem was because Evans had successfully escaped from prison earlier also. The episode gave him the name of Evans the Break. He was successful in breaking jail and running away. Because of that, he was given name Evans the Break. The governor was not ready to take any kind of risk with this as it could bring a bad name to him. Jackson and Stephens checked the cell thoroughly. They had taken away his nail scissors earlier, and Jackson ordered Stephens to take away his razor blade as soon as he had shaved. Jackson ordered Evans to take off his hat, but Evans requests and tells that it is his lucky hat for the exam and he wants to wear that. All sorts of arrangements were made to keep a check on Evans. Even a microphone was also placed in his cell that if he talks to the invigilator during the exams, that can also be heard. On the day of the exam, McCleary, the churchman, reached the prison and was assisted to the cell by Stephens. The governor was informed that the exam is about to start and the cell did not have any kind of weapons. The governor ordered the officers to check the churchman also because maybe it could happen that Ivan could make use of any of the belongings McCleary had brought. The churchman and his belongings were searched. The paper knife was removed that Evans might use it to injure the churchman in order to escape. During the search, Jackson, the prison officer, found one abnormal thing in the churchman's bag. It was a semi-filled tube. Then he asked the reason for keeping it. McCleary said that he had to use it to sit as he suffered from piles. The exam began and everything being spoken in the cell was constantly heard by the governor. Meanwhile, a phone call from examination board for some corrections in the paper were made and it made the governor of the jail suspicious. He cross-checked by dialing the number again, which turned out to be busy. Then again, one more phone call was there, and in that, the magistrate was demanding for police officers and a van. Such things were suspicious to the governor, but he calmed down as he was sure of his arrangements. He was sure that I have made all kinds of arrangements. Stephens, the prison officer, stood outside the cell and peeped inside after every minute. It was the same every time, but after some time he noticed that Evans had put a blanket around himself. But the prison officer did not doubt it because it was cold inside the cell, and maybe he felt it and he needed the blanket. Later on, the exam was conducted, and as the governor ordered on the phone, Stephens accompanied McClary to the gate. When the exam was over, Governor ordered the prison officer to accompany McClary to the gate. Everything went on as planned, and Stephens was happy. But something was sticking him. So he wanted to go back to the cell to have a final look. He went to the cell, and what he finds that McClary was lying in a pool of blood in the cell. Soon the news spread that Evans had injured the invigilator and had escaped from the jail by impersonating him. What actually the news had spread, that Evans uh, hurt the invigilator himself who had come for the exam, and he impersonated himself. He personated him means he impersonated the invigilator and went out of the prison. McClary was badly injured and was taken to the governor as he had some important information. McClary told the governor about the photocopy being placed on the question paper which shared the escape plan with Evans. He says that there was some photocopy in the question paper that contained the escape plan, and governor tried to decode the numbers, the German language which was written, and he concluded that Evans would reach Newbury after his jailbreak. Soon, Superintendent Carter was called, the detective Superintendent Carter was called, and McClary was sent with him to catch Evans. Both Jackson and Stephens were scolded. These were the prison officers, were scolded for being unaware about Evans having a false beard and the churchman's belongings in his cell. He then ordered both of them to go to St. Aldate's police station and meet Chief Inspector Bell. Meanwhile, Carter, the detective superintendent, called him to inform that they had missed Evans while chasing him and that McClary was sent to Radcliffe Hospital. McClary, who was injured, he was sent to Radcliffe Hospital. McClary was the invigilator, the churchman. The governor called up the hospital and came to know that they had sent an ambulance to the examination board, but the churchman had already disappeared. He understood the whole plan, that McClary, who was helping them to search Evans, was in fact Evans himself. The governor understood that how this all could happen, that the detective superintendent Carter called the governor and told him that while searching Evans, they missed him, and McClary was hurt, so he was sent to Radcliffe Hospital. Then governor makes a call to the hospital to check. Then he comes to know that the churchman, means the person who had come as an invigilator, had already disappeared. Now the governor understood the whole plan, that McClary, who was helping them to search Evans, was actually Evans himself. He had impersonated himself as McClary. Soon the real McClary was also found by the police, who was tied up at his house. On the other hand, Evans had reached Hotel Golden Lion and was enjoying his freedom. When he reached the hotel room, he found the governor in his room. He told Evans that he had all of his men around, so there was no chance for him for escape again. Evans was caught by the governor in his hotel room itself. The governor asked him about his plans, and Evans told every bit of it to him. Finally, the prison van was called to take Evans to the prison. The governor felt proud of catching him again. As soon as the van started, the prison officer unlocked Evans' handcuffs and asked the driver to drive fast so that the police could not catch them again. Actually, the prison officer who had come to catch Evans the second time, he was Evans' friends. Finally, Evans once again managed to escape from the clutches of the police with the help of his friends. We'll quickly recapitulate this. Evans, a kleptomaniac, was imprisoned thrice and all the time escaped from the prison. Now he was in prison for the fourth time and all of a sudden developed curiosity to appear in O level German examination, which was an effort to break the prison. The governor takes utmost care to see that he would not be fooled. Every care was taken to make Evans prepare for the exam. He was tutored by a German tutor for 6 months. The day before the exam, the tutor wishes good luck but makes it clear that he had hardly any chance of getting through. But Evans gives an ironical twist to the tutor's observation by saying, "I may surprise everybody." On the day of the exam, Jackson, the prison officer, and Stephens, the prison officer, visited Evans' cell and took away everything that may help him injure himself. Evans was insisted to take away his hat, but he refused, saying that it is his lucky charm. Evans' cell was bugged so that the governor could himself listen to each and every conversation. A microphone was set. The invigilator, McCleary too, was searched and left him to complete the task. Stephen, sitting outside the cell, every now and then peeped into the cell. The exam went on smoothly. Stephen escorted the invigilator to the main gate and took a look into Ivan's cell and found the invigilator, that is actually Ivan's, wounded. Informed the governor the latter was to be hospitalized, but informed that he was all right and asked them to follow Evans. Thus he escaped the prison. When the invigilator was not found in the hospital, they went to the residence of McCleary, and what they found there, that he was bound and gagged in his study in Broad Street. He was been there since 8:15 a.m. Now everything was clear to the governor. What was clear? That McCleary, who had come as an invigilator, was actually Evans' friend who had come to give him the escape plan. Evans escaped the prison the fourth time, but by taking the hint from the question paper, the governor reached the hotel where Evans was and captured him and came to know how he planned his escape and said that his game was over. Evans surrenders himself to the governor. The governor tells Evans that they would meet soon. The moment they are rid of the governor, the so-called prison officer, a friend of Evans, unlocks the handcuffs and asks the driver to move fast as the Evans tells him to turn to Newbury. Thank you everyone. I hope you understood. Thanks a lot.